horror, I have online classes this term. It's only 3 out of 8, but it is, the world over, the bane of everyone's existence. I had my first one on Monday, and it went poorly, I'll say. Here's the thing with online classes, is you have both kind of a genre change in that my in-person persona is different from my online persona, and I don't really know how to interact with 60 people at once online, even though I can do that fine in a classroom. But also, it's huge connectivity issues. I mean, in general, a problem with tech is that it's made by rich people for people who have all the resources. So you can do amazing things on Zoom, or 10-cent meeting even, which I'm using, which is at this point basically, I think, a clone of Zoom. And if you have the resources, you can have a whiteboard, I can share my screen, we can have no audio lag, every smooth experience. But a lot of the users of this technology do not have the optimum setup. I found out on Monday, I was screen sharing my slide presentation for the class, and I asked a student to read something, and they said, "Teacher, I'm sorry, I'm using this on my phone, and it's just too small to see those words." And that's not even a problem I could have anticipated. So the solution to that is that I'm gonna send them a PDF ahead of time of the stuff I need them to read. It's an oral English class, so most of it should be talking anyway, but I do need to visually convey information too, but so now they have the problem of they have to find a printer ahead of time. The other thing that didn't go super badly is discussion groups. Breakout rooms are great, and PhD students are great because I told them, I trust you to be talking even if I'm not in your room, and when I surprise pop in to all the rooms, they are talking in English, so that actually, I know I'm fortunate in that I have students with discipline and who can take care of themselves. I do not envy elementary school teachers. But my biggest issue so far that I don't really know what to do, in real time with an offline class, I can get that immediate feedback. I see the faces smiling or sleeping or playing with their phone or like itching to tell me the answer. And I just don't get that with the online class. A lot of the students turn off their phone or their video, and some cynically say that's so that they can go do other stuff while technically being in class. But I also, again, I have PhD students who are self-motivated to take this course and learn English. They want to be there. I think it again is a more of a connectivity issue, so I don't get to see, I get to see about half the faces. In a 60-person class, about half the cameras were turned off. And it is just like, without that feedback, I feel like I'm just talking to my computer screen, which you could say, I'm used to talking to an inanimate object. I'm talking to a camera right now. Peter's way over there right now. But it still feels weird. I'm getting adept at the mute on, mute off function though. Mute all, mute, unmute all. That happens to be key, I think. The easiest solution would be to say, let's stop doing this online class. Online class is a failure. But I really do want it to work. I myself have had opportunities that I wouldn't have otherwise had. I'm a part of the 𝗣𝘵, a filmmaking networking group in New York City, and I can go to mixers and I can go to events and I can go to mentorship meetings because of online. And in fact, their use of the breakout rooms in their monthly meet and greets inspired me to use the breakout rooms in my class. I think that aspect of connecting people who wouldn't otherwise have access, whether it's from disability or from, a lot of my students have work schedules that they can't actually come to class, or this I don't quite understand, but there's some kind of regulation because they have a rotation in a specific hospital wing, they cannot then because of COVID reasons come into class. I didn't dig too deeply on what that means, but so there are students who have compelling reasons not to come to class. And for me, it's more convenient to do these classes sitting at my coffee table, drinking a glass of tea, wearing comfortable pants from the waist down than it is to get dressed up and go across campus to class. I mean, if we can make this work, I think it's a really valuable tool. I've got some hiccups to get over. I keep reassuring my students though, we'll get better at this, we'll survive. And I really hope so. I mean, if you teach online classes, I'd be interested to hear your experience. Please tell me in the comments, especially like, what do you do when you feel like you're just talking to yourself?